Hi everyone. So let us discuss types of library classification systems. So there are two types of classification systems: general classification systems as well as special classification systems. So in this slide, a library classification, it may be general, which covers the human knowledge. So we can say that general library classification is that one which covers entire human knowledge. And those systems are suited to cater to the needs of general libraries, both big and small, from national library to village library. So these type of general classification systems of libraries which are suited to serve or to cater to the needs of general libraries, whether they may be big or small, or from national library to village library. And academic libraries are also use such systems. So the libraries, whether they are big or small, from national library to village library, which are using general classification systems, they are, and also the academic libraries are also use such general classification systems. Coming to next slide. And on the other hand, there are other institutions also. They require in-depth or minute classification to organize micro-literature. So as we earlier said that there are special classification systems also there, and these are the institutions. They require in-depth classification to organize their collections or the micro literature. So these classification systems they are special and research libraries of institutes. So they, for example, the rubber research institutes are petroleum research and development centers, and we can say the library of a defense research center, or even the library of a mathematics department also. So all coming under special classification systems. All libraries, these types of libraries are using special classification system which require minute classification to organize their collection. And coming to uses of classification in a library. So in the libraries, if classification follows, or classification applied in the collections of library, so what are the uses of classification? Without classification, are there any disadvantages? Or if classification library follows classification, so then what are the uses of classification in a library? Let us discuss. So the first point, as we said, that classification is indispensable for libraries. It's a very important tool and it is a vital for library services. However, we can say that its specific uses can be broadly listed as uh, the classification, it brings together books on the same subject. So the first use, or the very purpose, the very big use of library classification is it brings together books on the same subject. So there's a pattern, or user gets all the books at one place, which is much more convenient to the users. So they are very, this order is very convenient to the users, and it shows also hierarchical as well as associate relations, which are essential for retrieval of specific and related subjects available in a library. So the classification also shows the relations of different types, that mentioned are hierarchical as well as associative relationships. So these relationships are very essential for retrieval of a specific or the related subjects available in a library. So it is the biggest uses of library, use of classification in a library. And next one, classification is a location tool. We can say that it is a location tool, and without classification the library catalog will not be able to function properly. So classification and catalog both are must and should in the library to maintain their activities. So without classification, the library catalog, So what do you mean by a catalog? Catalog is a list of books available in a particular library. So the catalog also will not be able to function properly without classification. That's why to function properly or in the library, all the services or the library need to function properly means the classification and catalog should be there. So it helps, classification helps to replace the books at their correct places when the books are returned to the stacks after the home or inside use. So it is also used for preparing shelf list. So one of the advantages or one of the uses of classification is it helps. The classification is very helpful to replace the books at their correct places. So replacement of books should be important in a library to maintain the collection very well. So we can, with the help of library classification, we can replace the books at their correct places. And the classification is also used for preparing shelf list. What do you mean by shelf list? Shelf list is a list of books available in a particular shelf or shelves. So the classification is also used for preparing shelf list also. And coming to another uses, it saves the time of the user and thereby the time of the library staff also. So as we earlier said that the library classification, 5 laws of library science supports classification. So this is the fourth law of library science. It saves the time of the user and thereby the time of the library staff also saved anamata. So with the classification we can save the time of the user as well as the staff, and it is also helpful in it also helps in finding out the total collection available in a subject. So we can reveal or we can find out the total collection which are available on a particular subject with the help of library classification. Thereby it reveals the total collection in a particular library on a particular subject also. And further it helps us to know the strength and weakness of the collection in the library or any subject. So with the help of or with the knowing of total collection in a particular subject, we can know the what is the advantage. What is the advantage means we can know the what are the strength and what are the weaknesses of the collection in the library in a particular subject. So next one, we can say that this is functions of classification. So library classification arranges documents in an order convenient to the user and the library staff. So library classification means it is an arrangement, it is an order, so which is convenient to the user and the library staff also. And it brings together documents on closely related subject. The most important function of the library classification is to bring together documents on closely related subjects. So all closely related subjects. That's why from 00 to 900, the classification, the Melville's DB classification divides the entire subjects from 000 to 900. So we can available or we can watch the closely related subject under this scheme. So when a document, new document is added to the library, classification finds a proper place for it among the existing documents. It is also one of the functions of library classification is the document, the newly added document should find its proper place among the existing documents. And coming to next one, the efficient and thorough stock verification of the library collection is also possible through the classification. So we can do the stock verification with the help of library classification. So we can efficiently and thoroughly do the stock verification with the help of library classification. And it can also be used in the filing of non-book materials such as slides, films, microforms, audiovisual materials. So in the library there are other reading materials also. Non-book reading materials are also there in the library. They are slides, films, microforms, audiovisual materials. These kinds of collection are also we can arrange with the help of library classification. And the summary of this topic is So we can earlier said that classification can be made of all entities under the sun. So library classification is used by the philosophers, scientists, librarians, shopkeepers, postmen, even housewives also do classification for different purposes. So the philosophers, coming to philosophers, Aristotle have done classification of the entire universe of knowledge, and scientists also produced taxonomies of plants, animals and chemical substances. So what is the meaning of this point is, from philosophers to scientists, everybody are using library classification in their daily activities. And in libraries also we apply knowledge classification to organize not only books, databases and other reading materials, both the print as well as the electronic forms to serve our users. Nowadays electronic forms are gaining more popularity day by day. So library, with the help of library classification, we can arrange reading materials both print as well as electronic form. And classification is so much the basis of all library services that has been described as foundation study of librarianship. So classification as well as cataloging, we can say that these are the foundation studies of librarianship. One, we should all learn the classification as well as cataloging, as they are foundation study of librarianship, and it's a perfect tool of organization and retrieval. So classification is a tool for not only organizing the documents, it also a perfect tool for retrieval of the documents also. So in this module we discussed library classification, definitions and types of classification systems, and what are the functions of classification systems, and conclusion and summary. With this I conclude. Thank you.